Hello, everyone. I'm Chester44, also known as Fly, and welcome to this Let's Play of Pillars of Eternity 2, Deadfire. Last episode, we visited this map maker who basically wants us to go find some uncharted islands for him. And we also found out about a feud going on between two families in this area. And of course, we're getting involved. We managed to stop two of them from killing each other, fortunately. But now the Valeras and the Bardatos... Well, the Bardatos wanted us to find out if there's a Valera plot going on. Also, I had a thought. I wonder if Seraphin... Nah, he doesn't have anything to say. We'll deal with him later. Alright, moving on, we have the Luminous Adra Mill.
The Queen is holding court today with the Valians and Rawatayans.
How long before they're killing each other?
Wager on it?
Huh. Well, let's see what's going on in the Luminous Adra Mill. If anything. We explore everywhere, it's what we do. It is also starting to get dark, which means we might be able to find the guy we're supposed to find. Let's see. Daily arrivals and deliveries of crude and refined Luminous Adra are carefully logged here. Can't steal anything there. And these crude shards of Luminous Adra retain their unearthly glow. Cortina's voice finds you before she does, her barks of laughter and cheerful directives resounding throughout the mill. She flits from worker to worker, offering critique and approval. When she finally spots you, a shadow of apprehension passes over her face. She hides it with a toothy grin.
If you are here about the taxes, tell the Queen... Oh, you are not the tax collector.
She narrows her eyes, her hand twitching at the hilt of her blade.
What business brings you to my mill?
Who are you?
Okay.
Cortina leans in close, one prodigiously furry eyebrow raised.
You go around asking just anyone in Queen's Birth personal questions. Maybe you end up dead in a ditch. Have caution, eh?
Who are you? Is that personal?
Lucky for you, I am a woman of honor.
She gives you a sunny smile and claps her hands together.
I direct luminous milling for the Valian Trading Company. It's a nice job, huh? And I'm quite good at it. You want to know more? Buy me a drink first, per guano.
Cortina claps you on the shoulder, a playful smile on her lips. And what do you do here? Cortina looks about the room with exaggerated wonder, her green eyes wide. She laughs a little to herself and runs a finger across the arm of the chair beside her. She holds the finger up for your inspection. It's caked in shimmering blue dust.
We mill luminous, of course. Take big chunks, break into smaller chunks, crush into dust-sized chunks. Per complancanet, it is really not so complicated.
She gives you a condescending little pat on the arm.
Good day.
Okay, I was just looking around. Thank you for informing me. Looks like we can look at the balcony. Maybe there's something interesting there. Who knows? Come on, you can load. Just takes a minute. There we go. A wet dog!
I heard you and Isilmir again. I do wish you would stop encouraging her. Real sorry, Aloth. We'll keep it down. You think I care about your childish jokes? What bothers me is how she dog-ears my grimoire. And you keep bringing her out.
Huh.
Just looking to lighten the mood, I guess.
I mean, yeah. And we have a new dog, Abraham. Oh, this is the same as the other one. Recovery penalty from armor is reduced, and your party members regain some health when they kill an enemy. I actually like that a bit more than Cutthroat Cosmo. More damage with guns, only one person uses them. Abraham, though, that actually sounds good. Regaining some health when killing someone? Yeah, definitely. That helps out a lot. So we got a couple dogs then. Perfectly fine. Alright, that's everything there. Let's continue wandering around and exploring. So, there's an exit to the east. I wonder if that'll unlock a new location. I mean, it's possible.
I already have one guest in my head. I don't need another.
Sorry, lad. Thought that chip on your shoulder were for all to see.
Do you ever have a thought and just decide to keep it to yourself?
More'n you know, my dear mate. More'n you know.
And yet you say so much. Huh. We'll keep that in mind. East exit. Does this unlock a new part of the area? It does! Now we can get to the gullet. Whatever the gullet is. Alright, what do we got here? Ah, rope and grappling hook. That's definitely good to have.
Shh. Keep your voice. Cullies.
Something going on over here.
You want something?
I guess not. Okay then. There's a home over here to look at. And the tavern is right over here. Well, let's take a look at this home first. Probably not anything we're going to steal, but we'll take a look inside because it's what I do. Could be some... And there's a trap. Obviously, we disarm the trap. And unlock this. And there we go, some experience. I am not going to steal anything. I'm an upstanding citizen. That's how I roll. Nothing up here but the upper floor of the Wild Mare, so... it looks like the Wild Mare is gonna be our next stop. Which, perfectly fine. A little trip in the tavern. Makes sense.
I don't have a voice for shanties these days. Too much salt in the air.
Not even my Vithrak darling.
A 10-minute falsetto per complaincanet.
That's that's a hell of a thing. Alright, let's see what's going on in the tavern. There's always a tavern to look at. Always. Let's see. Jintel.
Hail and welcome to the Wild Mare, friend.
A jovial man at the bar grins and motions you closer. His arms are corded with thick muscle and cross-hatched with scars.
Now, what can I do for you?
Show me what you have for sale.
See anything you like? You let me know.
Backstage storage room does nothing, or +1 cast with level 1 spells and +1 to all skills. All of them. That I like. As for here, it is, of course, all food. Hiring adventurers. He's got a few crew members. Retrain and party management. Okay, nothing of note.
Now,
I'm looking for more intimate entertainment.
you're in luck, friend. The Wild Mare employs a number of courtesans skilled in satisfying a wide range of tastes and interests.
He throws you an exaggerated wink and points toward the stairs behind him.
You'll find them upstairs. They handle their own coin, too, so no need to go through me. You're in luck. You'll find them upstairs.
Okay, that's no change. But thank you. Also, I noticed that for some reason, I have this in here. I don't know why it's there. Let's see. A Bocco. Oh, we found Redora. Well, let's start with a Bocco.
Hello, my friend. I knew our paths would cross eventually.
A Valiant shouts over the din of the Wild Mare to get your attention, turning a great many heads to study your exchange. He takes a hearty swig of his tankard. Do I know you?
Not yet, but I know that we will be fast friends. Tell me, you are the one who sails that fine ship, Ak? Terrorize the docks with spirits, Ak?
Leaning in close, he sips from the tankard and loudly sucks moisture from his upper lip. Laniara, captain of the Defiant, at your service.
I am Aboko, and I am positioned to offer... I have opportunities for...
He clumsily unfolds a sheaf of parchment. The tankard slips in his grasp and spills ale down the front of his trousers. He gawks down at himself in horror.
1,000 times I practiced my speech. Mare. Never did it go this poorly.
You could use another.
Agrasima. Do you know what my problem is, amica?
He accepts the tankard and drinks deeply.
I am supposed to be in the business of giving bounties, but I know no one who hunts them.
Ah! This can be good. He stamps his feet, kicking up a spray of spilled ale.
No one will unfurl their sail for my humble payments. But I must start from the bottom and work my way to the top, Ak.
What bounties do you have available?
You will take the job? You will take the job.
He grips you by the shoulders and smiles, tears springing from the corners of his eyes.
Agrasima. Something special for my first hunter, then.
He drains the tankard and tucks it under his arm to retrieve his sheaf of notes.
I will start you on Mare, the mad animancer. She tortures her victims with unspeakable treatments before casting what's left to Berath's wheel.
Oof. Yeah, that sounds like something that would need a bounty.
My contact saw her leaving Port Mage and heading west of Mage Island.
Before I go, I had some questions.
Agrasima, you have but to ask.
I'm still hunting Merrill the Mad.
And I'm still scrounging together the coin for your next mission. When you have the head of our latest mark, I will be ready, Ak.
You seem down on your luck.
It is true that I have stumbled in my career path. Now that I have such an accomplished hunter, I can stand in the long shadow of your success. It's not all bad, but the momentum of meeting new clients over drinks and in such enchanting company, it drains the stamina, my friend.
I imagine. Well, farewell. Captain Redora, we were looking for you.
You say I cannot down the rest? Watch me, amico.
A Valian sailor raises her tankard and arches her back to invite a torrent of ale down her expectant mouth. Holding this pose with nothing to show for it, she taps the tankard's base and furrows her brow at its apparent emptiness. Her companion shakes his head and focuses his attention elsewhere.
Madico, it is no wonder I thirst.
As she wipes her mouth with the back of her hand, her eyes widen and meet yours.
Adam, why do you stare?
Your next grog's on me.
Agrasima, even in the oasis I am parched.
She pockets the coins and glances past you to the bar.
If you grant wishes, there is a vacancy on my ship.
Redora's frown cracks to reveal a shy smile.
Yet another reminder that not every seaworthy vessel be crewed up to the standards of the sorcerer.
As the captain of the Defiant, I'm already taken.
Sientere, sere.
I'm sorry, sister. Okay.
Next time around the wheel, perhaps.
You don't seem to be having as much fun as the rest of the clientele.
The fun ran dry with the coin. When the dancers see more than an empty purse, I will be a content Rador.
She sighs up at the stage. Okay, maybe it wasn't Redora we were looking for. It is... Ah, no, it's the gang that mugged Redora. Cut purses ambushed Captain Redora. Oh, that's what it is! Redora owes him money. And that's why she doesn't have anything. Okay, now I understand. So she's drinking because she was robbed. She owes the guy money, and she can't pay.
Is that old man?
And who are you? A young woman lingers near the stage with a mug of ale clutched tight in her hands. Though she shows no interest in the dancers, the bags beneath her eyes speak to many long nights spent drinking in the tavern. She looks lazily about the room until her gaze alights on you with interest.
Have you seen an old elf hanging around here lately? Dressed as funny, probably drunker than an eel in a barrel of mead.
No, I can't say I have.
Andra's crushing void, I thought as much.
She sighs heavily and pinches the bridge of her nose.
Listen, the guy I'm looking for owes me a lot of money. 5,000 coppers. You help me find him, and I'll give you 20%.
Who owes you money?
The drunk old goat I was pestering you about, Oswald. Like the credulous fool I am, I gave him a loan, and he ran off before paying me back.
20%, but I'll be the one doing all the work.
Fine, Andra's great sagging tits, fine. You can have 40% and rights to whatever baubles Oswald has on him.
I could try and push her for more. It's diplomacy. I don't strap on my adventuring boots for less than half, lady.
How about this? I give you 60% and we never discuss this again.
Deal.
Haggling for the fun of it not keeping you busy enough? The man I'm looking for, Oswald, was especially fond of one of the courtesans upstairs, Alice. Maybe you can get more out of her than I can. She refuses to speak to me, the snippy little cur.
Have you tried being nice?
She wasn't receptive to my particular charms. Let's see you do better.
I'll try.
Maybe you can get more out of her than I can. She refuses to speak
I've got
to
a few
me,
questions for you
snippy.
first.
What do you want to know?
Who are you, anyway?
I was hoping you wouldn't ask me that. But hey, what the hell?
She rakes an impatient hand through her dirty hair.
I'm one of the countless minor nobles that litter the Deerwooden countryside. You know Admeth Hadret, hero of the War of Defiance? He's my great whatever.
Pardon my impertinence, my lady.
See, this is why I don't like to tell people about it. They get all weird, like you right now. Being weird.
And Adair, Seraphim, and Jody all loved it. So what's her history with Oswald? She groans theatrically like she can't bear to recount the tale.
The man's a family friend. Has been for... must be 4 generations now. The perk of being an elf, eh?
And what does Oswald owe you money for? She stares into the depths of her mug and sighs.
It's my fault, really. I should have known better than to believe that damned old drunk knew what he was doing. Man's a wizard. You understand, and a tinkerer. He convinced himself and me he could, with enough luminous adra, create a device that would add years to one's life.
Ah.
Must have been a crock of shit, because one day he up and ran without a word of explanation or apology. I thought I knew him better than that.
Well, okay then. Anything else around here to look at? Back room there, back room here. Ooh, this one I can loot.
Leave it to me.
Alright, so one of the women upstairs should know. One of the, courtesans upstairs should know. Okay then. Let's see what we can learn. Just need to find the right one. Emir. Oh, I can loot this first. That's a convenient location.
Something you like?
The dancer turns to greet you, a coy smile tugging at his lips. He's short for an elf, but no less graceful for his lacking height. His long face and dark eyes lend him a solemn air, but any hint of gloom is chased away by the wash of color in his cheeks.
Aloth, this is the last place I expected to see you. Have your interests changed so much since our time at Bragon Hill?
Oh. A grin lights up Emir's face. He fidgets with his hair self-consciously, smoothing it down where it's been mussed.
No, I still enjoy tile puzzles and deflecting personal questions. Anyway, what are you doing here?
He looks away as though he's trying to ignore Emir's eager gaze. Why, Aloth, you didn't tell me about this side of you.
I could ask the same of you. I make my own hours, meet fascinating people, and the coin's nothing to sneer at. Better than stuffy old books and unflattering robes.
He casts a critical eye over Aloth's outfit. He opens his mouth to speak, but decides better of it. This is amazing. This is amazing.
It's good to see you again, Aloth. Anyway, I should get back to it. Be well.
He smiles warmly at Aloth, blush coloring the tips of his ears.
It was lovely seeing you.
He catches himself looking panicked.
Perhaps lovely is too strong a word. I meant pleasant. Perfectly agreeable.
He looks at you, chagrined.
I can see where I may have confused the poor fellow in our academy days. 'Twas a right fierce labour getting the lad to finger any flesh that weren't covering his spelly books.
Did you enjoy the show? There's more to see, if you're interested.
Tell me about yourself.
I suppose.
He looks at you with a newly critical eye.
I was raised in the Adair Empire. When I was young, I studied to be an arcane knight. After an incident at my school, I left the continent and wandered until I found myself in Nikotaka. As you can see, I stayed.
Well, the Empire was my home as well.
Aha. Then you know how terribly boring it is. Why else would we both be here, eh? Did you enjoy the show?
Well, I suppose
So
there's
later.
nothing else to really speak of, but thank you for your time.
Ahoy, Captain.
Oh!
If I could bend your ear a moment, I'll be aiming to thank you for bringing me aboard.
A furred hand at his belly and one heel out, he bows deeply, drooping ear almost touching the ground.
You run a tight shop, and you ain't no terrible person, either. It'd be a welcome change from the gentleman of leisure.
That is... Of all times to bring up that you were on the Gentleman of Leisure, it's right after we speak to a Gentleman of Leisure. That timing is incredible. Is that why you decided to talk here? Tell me about the Gentleman of Leisure, and not the one standing just to your right.
The gentleman is only the finest ship among the Principi, and Captain Ferrante our most respected shipmaster. It were 2 honors and a half to be chosen to join his crew.
I detect a butt in there.
Aye, you ain't wrong. Joining the gentleman meant leaving the sorcerer, leaving the only family I've ever known.
Family.
I never knew no kin till the sorcerer. They be my salt family. And to me, that'd be better far than blood.
And why were you willing to leave that crew to join mine?
Now don't sell yourself a Suole short, Cap, nor me neither. I know an opportunity when I bought it. I'd seen what there were to be seen upon the gentleman, learn what ropes were to be learned. Methinks a watcher after a dead god'll thrust me into an whole new set of eye-openings. And believe you me, I do appreciate myself a good thrust.
He grins. Oh, Aloth is disappointed. Well, you're welcome.
I've a gift for you. This trinket be from one of the first ships I hunted. Malnage would have snatched it had I not found a perfect hiding spot.
So, where did you hide it?
I know were I to tell you that, you mightn't want it no more.
Seraphin gives an innocent whistle while scratching his ass as subtly as one could scratch it.
Just a jest, Cap. Nay, I tucked it away in my beard.
Okay.
Didn't wear braids back then, so my hair caught about everything from feathers to fish bones. Malnage shook me down for plunder after each raid. I figured out she wouldn't go nowhere near my beard. Said my face were like a saw rip fetish.
Why did Malnage treat you so badly?
Don't rightly know for sure, Cap. Thought at first she wanted me. Lasses be that way sometimes, treating you worse the more they fancy you. Given she tried to get me killed twice within our first fortnight together, I thought mayhap she were in deepest love.
Were you attracted to Malnage?
Didn't fancy her in the least. But a man has needs. And I figured at the time that she were as wet as any other lass. Figured I'd give her a whisper about what we might get down to in the old. Her answer were an unequivocal no, made with a sharpness. Might have been the closest I've ever been to death.
Oof. He winces and rubs his throat. Well, thank you for the gift, Seraphin.
You be entirely welcome. Now, if you'll pardon me, I've roundabout reached my limit for sentiment.
Seraphin salutes, grinning broadly, and turns away. Cypher's shackle. Let's see here. A neck item. The woman who recently wore this shackle came from an enigmatic tribe of pale elves. Little is known about her people, save that at some point her village was sacked by roving slavers, and she was taken to the Deadfire. Aboard the slave ship, she was compliant, but silent. Her captors were horrified to discover the woman's mouth had been wired shut, presumably as a child. Then she touched their minds. He traveled southward, watched the sky. Uneased, the slavers fettered the woman's neck with an iron odra shackle they reserved for captured ciphers and did their best to ignore her. When the ship arrived in the Deadfire, the slavers dropped anchor with several illicit merchant vessels to offload their kith cargo. When the woman was called to the auction blocks, she spoke to her imprisoners' minds, despite the binding collar. Aothus nears, he will end it. Then she vanished. All that remained were the shackle. Oh. +1 constitution and resistance to dexterity afflictions. I mean, +1 constitution is pretty good. You know what? It's yours. You can wear it.
Aye, I'll give her a bad rap.
There's Amelis. We'll speak with her in a minute. Rabuna. Oh, hey, why are you moving? Come back here. I wanted to speak.
You want to speak with me? You do it in my room.
Well, you were the one who walked out. Constantin? A burly dwarven man hums a jaunty tune to himself as he fastidiously organizes his collection of scented oils. When he hears you enter the room, he greets you with a smile and a humongous outstretched hand. His grip is strong and sure.
Come to seek ablutions for your sins? Get it? Ablutions? Absolution? I crack myself up. Gets me every time.
He wipes a tear from his eye, still chuckling.
Massage? Bath? Whatever you need. Just ask.
How'd you end up here?
Oh, you don't want to hear about that. I lived a boring life, so there wouldn't be much to the telling.
He crosses his thick arms over his chest. A slight blush spreads across his cheeks. Indulge me.
Truth be told, my real passion is pottery. Trouble is, I got these big hands. Not meant for delicate work.
He turns his hands palm up for you to inspect. Just one is easily large enough to cover your entire face. Well, you know what they say about big hands.
Worked out in the end, of course. Now I specialize in relieving tension in the Mare and death godlike.
You seem bored here.
I guess I can't hide my feelings as well as I thought I could.
He gives you a nervous chuckle and scratches at his beard.
The stability's good and all, but I haven't seen anything that gets my blood pumping in ages. You know what I mean?
Yeah, what's life without a little excitement?
Doing the same old thing day in, day out. It's enough to make a man leap from the nearest window.
Oh, you could come with me.
Where to?
He raises an inquisitive brow, his large hands previously dancing with restless energy still. You know that 700-foot-tall statue made of Adra? Yeah, I'm going after it.
No kidding.
He nearly drops a bottle of massage oil in his excitement.
I like to see something like that for myself. Do you think I could come with you? Just for a bit.
Grab your things then and let's go.
Hell, you don't have to tell me twice.
Well then. Is he a companion or... No, he is a companion! Okay, sidekicks. Sidekicks start out as unique NPCs integral to specific quests, complete with their own personalities and looks, and they may offer to join your party as a reward for completing their quest. Just like companions, these new characters have a custom portrait and voice sound set. However, unlike companions, they do not have their own vision quest and will not participate in the companion relationship system. Okay, he's a chanter option. Sure. I'm not going to take him for now. I'll speak with him sometime in the future. Now then. Oh, Rabuna is now dancing. Okay. Annalise, we must speak. A young woman reclines on the cushions, a hookah hose held delicately in one hand. Eyes closed, she sings to herself. Her voice is soft and inviting. She doesn't move when she hears you approach, but slowly opens her eyes with a lazy smile.
Come, lay your head on my breast. I will read to you the work of my favorite poet, Skilba.
Khan's looking for someone named Oswald. Sound familiar?
I'm sure I don't know who you're talking about. Now, please leave.
She gestures toward her door and makes a shooing motion. Well, what if his life's in danger? Don't you care about his well-being?
If I knew a man named Oswald, and if that man was in danger, I would still decline to be involved. Now, is there something else? I'm sure I don't know who you're talking about.
Let's
now,
see.
Please leave.
Oswald's run up a bit of a debt with the wrong folks. I can help him, but I need to know where he's gone.
That explains quite a lot.
She chews on a knuckle, brow furrowed, deciding on whether she should trust you. Then she sighs heavily and gives you a sheepish smile.
Oswald has visited oft of late. He's a sentimental old man, and he longs for the words of our homeland, Adir. I would often read the old epics to him in their original Eldadiran.
Her eyes gain a distant, unfocused look, and a wistful smile spreads across her face.
He's grown paranoid recently, however, always muttering about the shadows following him and other such nonsense. It was quite unnerving, frankly. He came to me in a panic a few days ago and shoved his journal into my hands. He told me he'd be back for it, but I've not seen hide nor hair of him since. I wonder, perhaps his journal would help you find him? Here, take this key. You'll find the journal in my armoire.
Well, okay then, thank you very much. Oswald's journal. Golden Dog. This afternoon I walked the streets of Nekataka and felt an unusual spring in my step. I cannot be sure if it is the fine weather of the archipelago or my great distance from the deerwood and the blasted Goose and Fox Inn that has gifted me this buoyancy of spirit, but I am grateful nonetheless. I have seen no sign of the girl, Hylia be praised. God is willing, I have slipped her net at last. Meckwin's Dog. The shadows are strange here, seeming to move of their own accord. As I passed from Queensberth to Pariki's Overlook this morning, I could have sworn I saw one turn to face me, then another. I fled the area as quickly as I could, and as far as I can tell, I was not followed. I have many enemies, as any man of a roguish, adventurous means should, though none have cause to search for me here. I know these shadows must be a trick of the mind, but still I am uneasy. The next entry is written in a shaky, wild hand, clearly penned in great haste. As Ritling's Dog. As I put me down to bed this evening, I heard a faint whispering beneath my window. I always leave it open to better catch the breeze, and thanks be to Hylia for it, or I might have been none the wiser. However, when I went to investigate, no one was there. And yet I know I heard voices. I may be old, perhaps even paranoid, but I'm not crazy. I must leave this place with all haste. Gods protect me in my flight. On the next and final page of the journal is the symbol of Wodica, a broken crown, scrawled in deep red ink. Well, we may as well hand it to Khan. Episode's going a few minutes long, yes, but we can at least satisfy everything in here. In my opinion. Hello, Khan.
Have you got any leads on that mad old goat yet?
Yeah, here's his journal. Khan flips through Oswald's journal, then stops and looks up at you, eyes wide. Someone has hastily scrawled the broken crown symbol of Wodica across the last page. Khan mutters to herself. She traces the symbol with her finger and frowns.
Oh, Oswald, you really stepped in it now, haven't you? Getting mixed up with Woodikins? You damned old fool.
She shakes her head sadly and closes the journal with a snap.
Where could they have taken him?
She chews on her lower lip with uneven teeth and mutters to herself. You must have sailed through half the Deadfire to get to Nekataka. Anything catch your eye?
Not really. To be honest, I spent most of the trip out from Defiance Bay, bent over the bulwark, giving Andra a taste of my innards. I hate boats. Damn, if only I could find that captain who gave us passage to the Deadfire. Bet he'd know. Wait a tick. When our ship neared Nekataka, the bosun told me about a weird temple on an island in the Karatapu Channel, southwest of the city. She wouldn't tell me what it was for, though. Got real spooked when I asked.
Yeah, seems as good a place to start as any.
Go take a look then, and let me know what you find.
She marks the location on your map with a flourish.
With any luck, you'll catch the old goat there in one piece, and we'll both leave here with some weight in our purse.
Here's to hoping. And with that, I am gonna go ahead and end this episode here. Next episode, we'll head out and see about finishing up this area. Till then, I am Chester44, also known as Falai. That is Laniara, Adair, Joti, Aloth, and Seraphin. This has been a Let's Play of Pillars of Eternity 2, Deadfire. And I shall see you all next time.